Okay guys, welcome to Modern Menace. This is Jay. You can see that right here. That's my nickname. Anyway, now this is I'll say a hacking kind of game. Teach you hacking, just some basic stuff anyway. Name's Hacknet. It's pretty nice. Suggest to check it out. Anyway, as you can see, I started playing it. I didn't go very far, just to get used to it before I start. So let's just create a new session. Username. I'm just making Modern Menace. Yeah, and for password, hope I get it correct. Once created, the session's language cannot be changed. I think I'll be using English throughout, so confirm. Now this game, it's a pretty cool game. Teaches you a bit about Linux. That's how to use the Linux terminal, etc. Yeah, it's one of, I've not played many hacking games, but I heard it's one of the most realistic hacking games out there. So let's just get started. I'll walk you through it, probably the whole game. Okay, when I was actually creating my account, I not read all those. Let's see. Name is Bitten if you are reading this. Oh my, okay, that's cool. I didn't read it and I didn't expect it to be that shocking. Now I didn't mention this before, but this is basically going to be part 0. Yeah, part 0. Not going to be part 1, because in this case it's basically the tutorials. I'm going through the tutorials with you. We are going to read everything step by step, get used to some of the commands, etc. That's why this is part 0. So let's continue. Tutorial. As of right now, you are at risk. Learn as quickly as possible. Begin the tutorial sequence by pressing the continue button below. So continue. You can read this. Let me just read everything. Connect to your computer by typing connect then IP. That's the IP address in the terminal, or by clicking on a node on the network map. Connect to your own computer on the map now by clicking the green circle. Normally this is what we type where the mouse cursor is right now. The mouse pointer. Normally this is what we type. By the beginning of the tutorial, we are not allowed to use them. We want us to get used to the GUI of NetMap right here. So that is my PC, the host PC, Modern Menace, my account. So I have my IP address right there, 44.135.92.22. So good work. The first thing to do on any system is scan it for adjacent nodes. This will reveal more computers on your map that you can use. Scan this computer now by pressing the scan network button on the display menu. So normally I'll just type scan right here, but you want us to get used to the GUI, so scan. That should be all you need from your own server for now. Disconnect from your machine. Okay, disconnect is right here. There's another way to disconnect by typing a command here. We'll get to that later. So disconnect. It's time for you to connect to an outside computer. Be aware that attempting to compromise the security of another's computer is illegal under the USA Act 1030-19. You see that your own risk can connect to an outside machine by clicking a blue node on the network map. So this is the machine, holopoint.com. Sounds nice. So this is basically, okay, it looks like we are limited to use only this part of the program. So shall we get started? This VM's terminal module has been activated. This will be your primary interface for navigating and interacting with it. The command can be run by typing it out and pressing enter. The computer security system and open ports can be analyzed using the probe or nmap command. Analyze the computer you are currently connected to. Now you can use probe, or you can also decide to use nmap, but I just prefer probe because it's nicer. Now here we have 4 ports, but we don't really need to open any of these ports to crack this PC. Okay, let's continue. Tutorial says here you can see the active ports, active security, and the number of open ports required to successfully crack this machine using portal. So this is the number of active and required ports to crack, and this is the number here is 0, so we don't need to open any of these ports. And the command we are going to crack this is port hack, so we type that. So run the program port hack. So to run a program in Hacknet, you basically just type port hack. So this, then this is the Hacknet basically looking it, and sorry, cracking the PC. You can see a password found. So you are now the administrator of this system. Congratulations, you are taking control of an external system and now its administrator. You can do whatever you like with it. However, you should start by scanning for local nodes. To locate additional content, do this using the scan command. So we're basically going to type the scanning for other node. Nothing. Yeah, scan complete, nothing gotten. Now no results, not a problem. Next we should investigate the file system. List the files and folders in the parent directory. Now this is done by using the ls command. It's right here. Now ls basically means list. That's it. Linux it's an actual Linux command. So ls list. You can actually continue using here, but I don't normally use this unless the names are too long, etc. But if you are going through some files and realize the names are too long, don't worry about that. I'll show you how to go through that. Now navigate to the bin folder. Bin means binary folders. To search for useful executables using the command. So now we do this using cd space. The cd means change directory, then the name of the folder. Here we have bin. So now what do we have here? config.txt. To view the contents of the current folder you are in, use the command ls. So ls. Now you can actually see it right here in the GUI, in the display, but we won't see it over here unless we type ls. So we type that. It shows what is currently in the bin folder, config.txt. That is what's here. It also shows the directory. Here we have the computer we are connected to. So this is the root. Then we have the folder bin, and that we have config.txt. So to view, there are no programs here, but you should look at config.txt in case config display information. So to open programs or files app, if you open programs app, that's executable programs app, you only see binaries 01, 01, 110, etc. But this is a file, so you should see some written text there. Yeah, it's right here. So CAT. Now, for those who are as lazy as I am and don't want to type config.txt, here's basically what you need to do. The game helps you out with this, so you just go type part of it. You can even type only C, because this is the only elements in the file in the bin folder with a C. Then you press the tab key, then it also fills that out for you. So press enter, and this is basically what is inside. Now I see nothing useful, so cd, and use cd to change directory, as you know. But if you are trying to go back, use the 2 dots, not the space. You can actually do it without a space, but I'm just doing it with a space because that's what you are supposed to do. You can do it without a space, no problem. You still go back. So let's go back a folder, and we are back. Now notice that we didn't go back to the bin folder because we were in the bin folder. So this basically moves us out of the bin folder. So now let's go to the log folder, as the tutorial says. So cd to log, change directly to log. Now here we are going to delete everything over here to clear our tracks. Never forget to do this. So we delete stuff using the rm command, means remove. Then you can decide to type the name of the file, but we have 5 files here, and I don't want to delete each of them one by one. It's just going to take too long. So we basically do that by using the wildcard asterisk. So this means all. The asterisk right here means all. So we remove all. So you can see it's deleting. So now let's disconnect. You do that using DC. You don't have to go to the root folder or anything. You just type DC or disconnect, then press enter. You are disconnected. That's all. Congratulations, you have completed the guided section of this tutorial. To finish it, you must locate the process ID of this tutorial program and kill it. The help command will give you a complete command list at any time. So we'll go through the help command at the end of this tutorial, but let's continue. Now, to view the process ID, we use the command ps. That means process. So you do that and press enter. Then now this is the only process that is running, the tutorial, and it has the ID 55. So to kill the process, that's to end the process, you basically type kill, then the PID, that's the process ID of that process. So the process ID of tutorial is 55, so space 55. Now before I kill this process, I want to explain something to you up here. You can see the used RAM here as 500 out of 761 megabytes, and you can see the number right here. Now let me explain this to you before we continue. I think this is the best time to do that. Let's see. So the 761 megabytes you see over here is not the RAM of my computer, and neither is it the RAM that this game is allowed to access. It's basically the space you have right here. So you can't scroll over here, keep a lot of stuff here, you can keep notes etc here, but you can't really be scrolling around. So they limit you using this. The space I have is 761 megabytes. That's this space in megabytes. It's not exactly the space in megabytes, but that's just how they express it. And now the number here shows the number of elements we have occupying this rectangle right here, and here we have one element, that's the tutorial. So you notice that if I press enter to kill the process, that's this tutorial, this number will reduce completely. So now you have 0 out of 761 megabytes, nothing here means 0. And now we also have the number of elements occupying this space as 0. So now before we continue, let me show you another thing. Now if you have a lot of stuff, note that you can't actually scroll through here. So if you have a lot of stuff, you want to clear them, or you want to remove this space and make it blank, you basically just type the command clear, press enter, and bam, it's done. So you come up here to the right top right corner, and you see location not connected. That's because I'm not connected to any PC. You don't believe me? Let's see. Bam. Now it shows that I'm connected to a PC, which is my server. Now before we continue, let me disconnect and show you something. That's how to connect to a PC without using the GUI. So you need to get the IP address. So here we have the IP address of my account or my PC, my host PC in this game. And that's, so you basically just type connect space, then you type the IP address. So here we have 44.135.92.22. So do this, press enter. As you can see, we are connected to my PC. Now let's disconnect before we continue and clear this space. I like to start new projects in a clear space. So you come up here, the top right corner, and this is where our mails go. So open our mails. Now note that this is where everything goes. When you have more, then you can scroll through the pages. Now here our mail is from Bits, and if you notice it, Bits is the person who claims to be dead. So let's continue. Let's read all this and continue. So I'm going to go through the first 2 or 3 tasks the game will give me. So hi, I don't know you, and I'm sad to say that I never will. Well, that's quite you dead, bro. But if you are reading this, it means you might be the only person that can make things right. Right now, I'm trapped. There's no way out and not enough time, and I need your help. But there's something you need to take off first. The faster the better. Hacknet OS wasn't meant to be released as it is now. After a while, an automated tracker will activate itself. You can't let that happen. Connect to your own node. You should be green on your net map. Then find and delete securitytracer.exe. When you're done, just reply to this email. Harry from Bits. So this is my PC. Now let's connect. Oh, and for those who want to read what was over here, you can get the game and read it, but just for once. This is basically what it says. It tells you how to use stuff. You guys already know it. So let's close step. We have the space here, 0 RAM occupied. So let's go back to my home PC, which I'm already connected to. Let's clear before I start. Backing out. We need to clear. Now let's list the files inside my PC. And now note that it was a .exe file that we have to delete. That's an executable file, an executable program. So we do that by going to the original directory, to the bin folder. That's where most of them are kept. Some are kept in the home, but let's just the bin folder. Now let's delete it. So remove. You can either do remove all or remove inside the type something accidentally. Anyway, so type the file you're trying to remove. So here I'm just going to type the first part of it. I only need like one word because it's the only the only file in the bin folder that starts with an S. So just type the first part of it or whatever, press the tab, and the game automatically restarts for you. That actually helps you to be faster when typing things in a game. You understand as you play. Now press the enter key. Now it's deleting it. What else do I need to do? You have another message. No one knows. So before you continue, let's just go back a directory and browse through my PC. That's this host computer, my account. So let's go to the system folder. Let's start from the bottom. And here's basically what it is. Let's list it over here in the terminal. Now let's change directory. Now note that you go back to the root if you open a lot of stuff. I don't want to be typing cd space and double periods a number of times. Just use cd, then use the backward slash, use the forward slash, use the slash, the one right under the question mark. So use it and take you to the root directory, because this is actually the root directory. So let's continue. There's nothing at log, so let's go to home. We have some stuff at home. Let's see cd. Let's check the stash out from the top, empty. So cd. Now cd misc or whatever. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. So it's also empty. Now let's cut this notes folder. This notes file. Let's see what it has. Use the display model or the command cd folder name and navigate. Let's start doing this. The tab key can be used to complete command and file names. Yeah, this is what I just taught you. Anyway, let's just go back to home and let's move the notes. Well, nah, let's not move it. I'll keep it for later. So let's go to my logs. I don't really should I delete the things in my logs, but it's good practice. Let's just delete it, disconnect. So this and prepare a disconnect command with DC. You can try to type the full command disconnect, but DC is actually shorter. Now let me show you a little trick to this game. If you are going through a process and you have a process after that, you can actually type it and prepare the process. So once one is done, you can just click the enter key to continue with the second process. So do you have any other message? No. Oh yeah, we are supposed to reply to this. Sorry. When you are done, just reply to this email. Never forget to reply to this email. You understand? If you don't reply, you just be stuck and won't know what to do. It's best to read through all this. It helps. So let's reply. I'm going to add anything now. This is here because sometimes as you are performing quests and doing some stuff, you'll be asked to reply with some details. That's the password of the administrator computer that you have, etc. So send. Now we have a second email. So with that should keep you safe for now, at least in your own computer. Before we start, we are going to need a few things. WhatsApp alone just isn't going to cut it on most modern computers you find. Not one with anything worth looking at anyway. You should start by checking up a friend of mine. He goes by Viper. Awful, I know. He's honestly not the brightest crayon in the box, but he always seems to get a hold of useful code. You should have no trouble getting to his spouse. Finding something useful might be a bit more of a challenge. You can, for the most part, ignore the generic file stuff that gets logged or saved by a program, IRC logs, and the like. Custom name things like .exe files are what you want to look for. And only files you can use using the command scp. So use the scp command to download files from an attacked computer to your host computer. So good luck. Reply again when you are done with it. So click here to get a link to the computer, the IP address there. This you are going to hack, and here we have battery station. Here it is, the IP address down there. Now there's something here. We actually need all this. This pretty much is the things I already know what to do. So before we continue, let's just clear this space right here. Now we have this piece here. We are connected to it. Now note that connecting to a computer isn't making yourself an administrator of that computer. So to make ourselves an administrator of the computer, you can actually just press the probe system here, or type probe like I always do. So here we have 4 ports. However, required open ports required for crack is 0. So we don't need to crack any of these ports. What the thing is, we can't actually crack any of these ports. We are now going to get something that we use to crack this specific port SSH, and that's port number 22. So let's port hack his computer. Now let's do this. Now the next thing we need to do after this is to list the files in his file system, password file, whatever. Now here we are going to look for an executable command, sorry, an executable file. So normally I'll start from binaries, but let's start from home. So change directory to home. Now here's a lot of stuff here. Let me change directory to work if he has nothing. Okay, now the priority here is an executable file, so I won't go through all the stuff over here. Let's just go back to the root directory and go to bin. It's in these two places that you normally find binary files. Sorry, that's normally find executable files. So here we have the file we are looking for, ssh crack.exe. Now before we continue, let's show you what will happen if you don't have an application but you try to run it. So let's see, ssh, pressing tab won't work because it's not our computer. So ssh crack, press enter, no command there. You understand that we move on. So let's just download this using the scp command, scp ssh crack.exe. Copy remote file ssh crack.exe to local folder bin, meaning it's going to be stored in our bin folder in the root. So transfer complete. Now should we go towards Viper has? Yeah, let's do that. So I actually made a mistake while typing this, but don't worry, it's nothing. So let's go to his home folder, see what he has. cd utils .txt. Oh sorry, we're supposed to cut that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to take a picture of this and I'm going to check them out later. You can do that if you want to. So change directly back to the home. Now let's cut his notes. Finally manage to return that I don't need this, so go back to home. Now note that the cat actually means concatenate and it's used to open stuff. So what's next? ASDF, you don't know what that is. cdu ASDF txt, sorry, cats. I always make this mistake, I don't know why. Induction test, this, that. Yeah, I'm going to create an image of this. I need to keep this anyway. So now I'm going to show you something. Now to create your own notes over here, here's what to do. Add notes. You can either type add notes. Yeah, it won't work. So rather add notes, sorry, add notes. Beware of your grammar. Beware of your grammar. So add notes. Now here it brings some useless stuff up. You don't really need all of this, but here you can click add notes, then you type whatever you want to add in terminal, your terminal, or what do I do? I'll just type something. Okay, so now let's clear this. Now the second way to add notes is using the add notes command. Leave a space, then you type what you want to add. So here I'm trying to type the induction test. Induction test. You can leave spaces if you want to. Induction test. Now the IP address, let's type that down. 199.149.230. So do this, click the enter key, then the note has been automatically added. Now let's just clear all this, cancel all this. So this is the basic thing that we did. Now and go back to the home directory, check his email draft, sorry, carpet. So I'm not going to do this. Okay, I'm going to do it. Year 11, as in you. Is this guy 11? Viper, huh? FTP bounce. Just mean that is not for a school project work. You understand in the later videos. Wow, 2000 for an FTP bounce. That is a lie. That is a lie. There's no way FTP bounce is going to be 2K. You can literally get it for free. I'm pretty sure this guy's using a Linux and he should have that. Anyway, let's just go back home. I'm going to seal that for me when you get it, if you get it. So, okay, let's check what he has in his work directory. Some useless stuff. For the sake of time, I'm not going to read it. If you want to read what is there, you can download the game yourself. I suggest you do so, then you continue. So, let's go back to the root folder. Then go to the log folder. Now, cancel our tracks, delete our tracks, remove everything. Now, as this is going on, as it's going to start, let's play our next command DC and disconnect. So, we've got what we need. Then to prove that we've got what we need, now let's do the start on my computer and go to the binary folders, that's the bin folder, and we have it right, the SSH file. So, now, let me see, go back to the root folder. So, let's reply to his email. Reply, send. Now, congratulations. I honestly have no way of knowing if you succeeded in this responder. But if you are seeing this, it means you at least found something. It means you are using something very useful. You should try breaking one of my old test servers if Viper had the sort of thing is known for getting lying around. You should have everything you need to get in. Remember, any non-basic programs you need a port number to run, like this. Non-basic programs you get in the port. Okay, so SSH crack and then the port number. So this is basically how we're using the SSH crack.exe for program. The program that's the program that we downloaded from Viper's PC. I don't actually know how much time I've spent recording this video, but let's just continue. Just find a port you want to crack and run it on that. Or in case you don't know already, you can hit tab to autocomplete commands. Hitting SSH then tab to autocomplete it to the full name, etc. Works for everything. Okay, that's good. So now this is the link to his PC. Let's check out the notes. I don't normally do this. Let's see. It's basically the same thing to this here. So here, this is a PC, the test PC. So let's click on that. We've connected to it, but first let's clear. Clear. Now let's probe this PC. Oh, sorry, probe. That should tell you beware of your spelling. So now over here you can see that I need to open one port. I need to unlock one port to be able to crack this PC. So the only port I can open here is SSH, the SSH port. You don't believe me? Let me try the app on any other ports. For example, the port number 21, SSH crack 21. It's 1 because it can't actually crack the FTP server. So SSH crack 22. This is the only thing the SSH program can do. So don't forget your space. It won't work without the space. So now you can see it's cracking. Now let's prepare our next command, port hack, just to save space. Now operation complete. This port is open. So port hack, and now we are making ourselves an administrator of this system using the port hack. So done. We are administrator of this system. So ls to list the files in the system. Now what am I supposed to do? Let's just go through. It's good to go through. So let me start from the bin folder. Empty. Now let me go to the home folder. What does it have? Test file. Okay, let's cut that. Congratulations, you win. Okay, that works. CD home. Going back to the home folder. Something. Okay, hub system now, guys. Let me check that out. Sorry. Okay, so hub system now, guys. Enter. Now here, how you list of commands you want from the command line. More or less know all this. Okay, fog bomb is actually useful. Keep that in mind. It has a tricky name, but it should help keep it in mind. In case you are in a pinch and you need to destroy a tracer or something, just use fog bomb to cancel everything. Can be connect and figure out what to do out after that. So now I think I have everything I need from this PC. So let's go back to the root directory. Go to log. Or if you want to go to what's in the home directory, home folder, you can actually go check out every single thing there by downloading this game. Anyway, so now let's remove everything over here and prepare our next command, PC. So let's disconnect. Now before I think I should end here for today. I'll continue in the next video, in the next episode. That'll be part one, episode one. So in this episode, we basically talked about the normal stuff, how to connect, etc. But in the next video, that will actually start the work. We start the actual work, hacking people's servers. We'll probably get the FTP bounce. That's the program we need for the to hack the FTP port. So taking the FTP port, we'll probably get the next tutorial or the one after that. So for now, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button right there, just in case you like the video and you want to see more. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and then you can ring the notification bell so that if I upload any video, you will see it. And thanks. J out.